Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Soap and Candle Company. With the winter months coming up, I thought it would be a great time to share with you a new lip balm formula. In this video today, I'm going to be sharing with you how to make a lavender and peppermint lip balm. Now this lip balm is formulated to soothe chapped, dry, or irritated lips, but it's okay to use every day if you like. We're going to be using beautiful ingredients like lavender and peppermint essential oils and jojoba oil. Today I'm going to be showing you my step-by-step visual process and tutorial of how to make this lovely and soothing lip balm. If you would like the full written formula with percentages, amounts, links to where you can purchase everything, and a full written step-by-step tutorial, please head on over to my Patreon campaign where you can unlock this formula for just a $5 pledge. That same $5 pledge gains you access to over 3 years of archived recipes. I do post weekly regular formulas and tutorials over there, sometimes bi-weekly. We offer things like live monthly classes, live hangouts, coupon codes to my favorite suppliers, monthly gift packages, and so much more. I really hope that you'll consider checking it out. It's a great value. There's so many resources to take advantage of over there. It's a great way to connect with other makers, and it's a great way to connect with me. All right, let's get started. All right, so before we get started, I wanted to show you what I like to do first, because we're using these cute little metal slide containers. And you just want to make sure all the lids are popped off completely and that these are cleaned and sanitized, because this recipe does set up rather quickly. So you just want to make sure your containers are ready to go when you are. And then we're going to be using this little container to weigh off the ingredients that we're going to be melting down, which is mostly everything in the formula. We're making a 100-gram batch today, and I like to use a container that's got kind of a thicker or more insulated wall to it, because I like my formula to stay a little warmer for a little longer so that it's not setting up and sticking all over the edges. You can use a Pyrex or a glass beaker, but I like to use something that's a little more insulated. So basically this formula is just a matter of adding your ingredients in, melting it down, and then adding in some cool down ingredients, and then you're ready to go. So it's a really kind of easy and fun thing to do, making lip balms from scratch. So the first thing we're going to do is weigh off some coconut oil for this formula. Now the coconut oil that I'm using is the solid at room temperature type of coconut oil. This is going to add hardness to your lip balm. It's also going to be very nourishing for the lips, and it also kind of has a nice like glide or lip feeling to it. It leaves your lips feeling a little glossy. So we're going to go ahead and add this in. And this can get, this can get to a hotter temperature, so you don't really have to worry about like scorching it. I mean, I guess you can, but you can heat coconut oil up hotter than some other oils. So it's a friendly one to use for lip balms because it has to get pretty hot to melt down the beeswax. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and weigh out the beeswax for this formula. Now the beeswax is also going to lend hardness to this lip balm and make it less resistant to melting in a hot car or something like that. And it also is going to provide a barrier and some protection for your lips. It's also very conditioning and soothing. You don't have to use beeswax. You can use any type of other vegetable wax that you like. However, you're going to have to experiment with the rates, the usage rates, because it's not going to be the same as beeswax, because some waxes are harder, some are softer. So you're going to want to make sure if you substitute the beeswax with a vegetable wax that you just experiment with your usage rates, going up or down if needed. So we're going to be adding in our beeswax. Also, I've noticed too, using beeswax in a formula and not using any butters like shea butter or mango butter, it kind of helps to reduce that grainy kind of texture you can get sometimes with using butters in your lip balms. This is a really easy formula. Lip balms with butters can turn to a grainy texture pretty easily, actually. So I do like using beeswax and no butters in my formulas, in my lip balm formulas, just because I like how smooth they come out. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is go ahead and add in some Apricot Kernel Oil. I love this oil. It's lightweight. It doesn't clog your skin, and it has a very silky, airy consistency to it, which makes it great for lip balms. So we're using Apricot Kernel Oil. Okay. And then the next thing we're going to do is add in some jojoba oil. Now, the jojoba oil in this recipe is going to be really luxurious. This is one of the more expensive ingredients for this formula. However, we're not using it at the highest rate like we did with some of the other ones. It's at a lower rate. And this is going to be very good for skin soothing, soothing your lips, and it just has a very nice skin feel. So we're going to add in our jojoba oil. And I don't mind using a more expensive oil for leave-on products like lip balms, facial creams. It really does make a difference, I think, in the quality of your product with leave-on type products to have nicer oils. Okay. So all we're going to do next is go ahead and heat this up. Now you can pop this into a double boiler style where you can cover this up, and then we're going to pop it onto the stove and allow it to melt down in a shallow, like a little bit of shallow water sitting inside of a saute pan or a pot, and just melt this down gently until it gets all the way melted down. So I'm going to bring you back after everything is melted down. All right, everything is completely melted through. You're gonna see that I did switch containers. The little green one was just a little bit too small. I got nervous I was gonna spill. So we're gonna go ahead and set this aside. It's sitting right around 190 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna set this aside for just a minute, and we are going to weigh off the essential oils for this formula. So the essential oils that we're using today are lavender and peppermint. Now, I don't believe you should consume essential oils. However, for a lip balm and for other products, when you're diluting it down, it becomes to a safe level. So you just want to make sure that you're following usage rates on any lip safe essential oil and lip safe flavor oil if you choose to use a flavor oil instead. So this is lavender, and when it gets diluted down into the lip balm, it will be safe. If a little bit comes off of your lip balm and you ingest a little bit of it, that's going to be okay. And lavender is known for its soothing properties. So this is going to be a lavender and peppermint lip balm, and lavender is just really, really well known for its anti-inflammatory and soothing properties. So that is why we're using it in this lip balm. And then we're using the peppermint for its cooling effect and also its healing properties. Okay. Now you're just gonna give this a little stir. I'm setting this aside. You don't have to add any color to your lip balm if you would like to keep this a completely natural product. Today I'm going to be adding in some purple mica. I'm going to be using some Jam Session mica. Now again, with your essential oils or your flavor oils needing to be lip safe, so does your mica. So you want to make sure that any colorant that you're using in your lip balm is completely lip safe. So this one from Nurture Soap, Jam Session, happens to be eye safe, lip safe, and also body safe. And it's a beautiful purple color. So it's going to look like I'm adding in a lot here. I'm really not. This is just really going to kind of tint the lip balm, this really pretty kind of purple color. Not much is going to transfer onto your lips at all. You could make more color. You could add more of this into your formula and make more of a lip stain if you like. I thought that would be kind of pretty, actually, but for this lip balm, because I want it to be great for anyone to use, I just want to make sure it's not staining the lips. So as this sets up in the formula, you're going to see it dries and cures much softer in color. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to do before we pour is just go ahead and add in our essential oils. And we're going to give it a good stir, make sure everything is well combined. So this has a lovely herbal smell as well, with that beautiful peppermint and lavender. It smells really good. It smells healing and a little bit sweet and just perfect. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just get these slidey tins ready to go. Like I said, you just want to make sure these are ready to go when you are, so that your formula doesn't set up on you. Okay. All right. Okay, so we are ready to go ahead and pour. So you just want to make sure you go slowly. You could use a pipette if you think that would be a little bit easier. Well, I'll be right back. I think we are going to need a different pour pitcher. All right, so in my little test batches, I was using a tiny little beaker like this because I was making very small batches and I was successful at pouring. So we're just gonna go back to transferring the lip balm into this because I can get closer. And then you just don't wanna make sure you don't wanna get too high up. Just go to the bottom of that lip right there, because once you add the little slide on it, if it's too high, it'll scrape the top of your lip balm. So you just want to go right to the bottom of the lip area right there. All right, so these are all filled up now. I'm going to allow these to set up and then I'll bring you back to put the lids on and give you a little bit of a use demo. All right, so it's been about an hour or so and they're all set up. They're just so pretty. I love how that color turned out. So it's time to go ahead and just put the little slide lids on top. So we're just going to slide it on there. I love these containers because they're reusable. So once you use up your lip balm, you can use it to store little things for arts and crafts, or, you know, little jewelry pieces, earrings maybe. I actually prefer these two tubes because the tubes are harder to fill up. These are easier to fill and they look cute. All right, and if you weren't gonna sell them, you were just gonna use them for personal use, you could decorate the little tins with a little bit of washi tape if you like. Of course, these are probably gonna get sold, so I'll put a label on these, but let's go ahead and give one a test. All right, so we're gonna give one of these a little test and slide open the tube. Get some on your finger. It warms up with your skin contact. I just love this formula. It goes on super easily and it's very soothing. You get a little bit of the cooling effect from the peppermint, but it's not overpowering. This is a great formula. I really, really do enjoy it. Well, that's it, everybody. That's how you make a lavender and peppermint lip balm. I hope you really liked this video. I hope it inspired you. I hope you learned something. If you did, please remember to give this video a thumbs up. Please remember to leave a comment or question below. I really like to read through them. It means a lot to me. And share this video with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. All right, everybody. Catch you on the next video. Bye. Keep shining.